Hi everyone, today I'm going to be doing the planner page. This is from the Johanna Basford weekly planner, and I'll just zoom out so you can have a quick look. This is a page from Enchanted Forest. We have the castle, the water, sky, these sort of gargoyles and things, and I'm having a look at it thinking, what sorts of things haven't I done with you before? Now I've done a stone gargoyle from the mini Enchanted Forest, done lots of leaves, done trees. I have done skies for you before, sort of sunsets and things, which is what I might do with this, but it depends how much patience I have with it, to be honest. So I thought, I've done water as well, so I thought I would actually do the castle and show you how I colour this. I'm going to zoom in as closely as I can. Actually, I'm going to go right in there because it's quite small. In fact, I can go in further, but I want to keep the whole of this in shot. Now what I'm thinking is that we need a pencil that keeps a good sharp point, so I have picked my Black Widows because I find those are pretty good for that. And I'm also thinking about colours now. I got the Black Widow spider set and the grey is quite pale. Now it's tempting to use grey for castle, it's what I often use, but I think I'm going to go with browns. I have been considering a purpley sky. I'm not sure whether I will do it in the end or whether I will not, but if I do browns on the castle, I think it'll work better. I want it to look slightly foreboding, slightly scary, and I think a brown colour rather than something pink or purple is going to give me that effect. Now I'm going to start by doing just this little column here, and I'm going to use my darkest brown first, which is my Huntsman. Now what I want to try and do is give the impression, this is just for the walls, by the way, not the roof bits. I want to give the impression that it's slightly three-dimensional because these turrets are round, they're not square or flat. So I'm going to use this darker colour on the edges like this and down to there. Okay, I'm just going to deal with one at a time, and then I'm going to go with the next brown. This set has got quite a nice excuse me, a nice set of browns. So we've got a Tarantula next, and we'll go over what we've done already and take that colour a little bit more into the middle. Now you can see we're already reaching the middle here. I think I just did an extra thick line of also this overlaps a bit of brown, so we're continuing down and doing this sort of overlapping part, trying not to cover that grassy area down there. It's quite tricky this because it's been shrunk to quite a small size. It's going to be even more tricky. I'm going to go in with the Foxy Brown in the miniature edition of the book. What's it called? Is it just called Miniature Enchanted Forest? I haven't dug in there for a while. So I'm going to go right in towards the middle now with this one. Probably not leaving any white because it's not shiny, it's not like it's metallic, it is brick, and brick is quite matte. But the idea is to try and make it look a little bit rounded, and my camera's got a weird marking on the screen just in the wrong place so I can't see what I'm doing. I'm going to go back in with the Tarantula just to try and emphasize these dark edges a little bit more. You can sort of fiddle and faddle with it a little bit until it looks how you want it. I'm just gonna keep fiddling for a minute. You can see what I'm doing. I'm just adding some layers of colour to help to give it that rounded look. In here we need a bit more, don't we? It looks a bit weird. Now these are cross pieces. I think I might just do in the very darkest colour. We've got the Huntsman here, like that, to make them really stand out a bit. I think that's quite fun. You could, in a larger castle, you could do shadow under these to make them look like they're a little shelfy type structure. It's not the right word, sticking out, but I don't think I'm going to do that on this one because there's just not enough room. The windows, now if you want to make it a cosy warm castle, do them yellow. for me, this is quite a scary picture. I'm going to do my windows black to make it look like it's really dark in the castle. Now this is just called Black Widow, this black. Apparently some Black Widow sets don't have a black in, so I found out yesterday. But I guess if you've got, blacks are usually included in all sets, so if you've got more than one set, you're likely to have a black. So just, it doesn't really matter, just use any black. Oh yeah, I quite like that. I'm not very happy still with this bit. I'm just faffing. Just want it to be a little bit darker. Yeah, I think that's better. And then we have the roof. Now, we've got this sort of swirly pattern, but it's such a small area that I'm thinking that I'm not going to try and do too much with that. I am going to use my grey, which is a spider web, and I'm going to see how that works, if it might be a bit too pale. See, if you've got more than one set of the Black Widows, you might have darker greys. I don't actually know what's in the other sets. I know there's a set coming out real soon. They've been promoting it on their website, I think. I haven't seen it. I think you can pre-order it on their website, but it's a dragon set, which is quite cool. I think I'm going to use a bit of the black just to darken that. So back in with the Black Widow just on the edges. So yeah, I think it looks quite cool, but I had a look for it on Amazon and I couldn't see it there. Whoops. Miles out of the line. So just a bit of black to just darken it a bit. It would look better if I had stayed in the lines and gone right up to the line. Struggling a bit this morning. Lucky I didn't use a thicker pencil. I'm trying to raise that a little bit. I think it's working now. Just where I went out of the line. I haven't got my brush to brush away the rubbings. Not sure where I moved it for a minute because it was with something else. But anyway, there we go. I think this looks quite coppery, actually, perhaps because there's too much white there. If I go back in with is that our lightest brown? No, this is our lightest brown, the Foxy Brown, and just go over that centre bit a little bit more. I think that might make me feel happier about it. Yeah. There we go, and I think we've still got that column look to it. And what we have to do as we go through this castle is think about what is going to be rounded and what is going to be straight. Now, looking at the roof, I think all of these look like they're going to be rounded because of the shapes of the roofs. They're all pointy. But this one here looks like it could be square because it's got this sort of edge on it. Do you see here? So I think maybe that back one there with its turrets is a square one. And this front piece as well would be square, I think. Now my trouble would be, now we're doing it all brown, is how to do this door, because I would normally do the door brown. And I think what I'm going to do is just do it darker brown than this, so don't introduce any of this light brown that I've got in my hand here, just do lots of darks. So let's move on and do the next turret across, this one here. Now it's slightly behind this one on this side and very much behind this one on this side, which means it could be a little bit darker. But, well, because we're doing the edge dark, it may just work. So we start with our Huntsman again, which is our darkest one. And I'm going to actually do these lines first, really dark. That's how we did them on this one. Now actually, if you wanted them to stand out and look like they were in front of the rest, it would be better to do them lighter. But anyway, it's done now. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing now by doing, as I did with the other, by doing a layer on each side. Now obviously the centre of this is here and it's overlapped here, but we still need a darkish layer around here to make this bit stand out. It might be a bit tricky to get that to work with this black turret, but we'll see how it all goes. Oh, I've missed that bit out at the top, haven't I? There we go. Don't take your dark colour too far across. We're obviously doing a larger layer than we did on this side. It's because it's a thicker piece, so we can spread our colour out a little more. I'm not sure what I'm just going to colour over. That's not a window. I don't have enough space to worry about every little detail, and it will show through. Excuse me. So now I'm going to go on to the Tarantula. I don't know why I'm coughing today. I actually had a bit of a coughing fit when I was out this morning shopping, and I hope no one hears me. I just feel like it's all right. You want to shout? I haven't got COVID. It's fine. But, I was wearing my mask, which in the UK are now not compulsory in shops or anywhere, but I wear mine in the shops anyway. I don't think, as a customer, it doesn't really hurt me. I know some people have struggle with wearing them, and that's absolutely understandable, but for me, I don't mind. I would struggle if I had to wear them for a really long period of time, but just while I'm around the shop, it doesn't take me long. I was absolutely fine. I think hopefully it makes people feel a little bit safer. I've done that quite dark compared to this one, but I'm going in now with my Foxy Brown. I'm going to see if we can lighten it up a bit. So yeah, I still wear it, and if I was on a bus or something I would, or a train. As I say, in the UK we don't have to wear them at all, but we are advised to. I think the government is it's difficult to get the balance. Some people don't like being told what to do. They don't want to be dictated to as to how to behave, and the government want people to feel like they can go out and shop and be free to do what they want to try and boost the economy. But on the other hand, there are obviously people that are frightened and also vulnerable and would like to see the rules enforced. And it's really tricky. I'm certainly glad it's not my decision. It looks a completely different colour to the other one, which is fascinating. It's because we've layered up the browns a little bit differently. I'm just going to put a thicker layer of this over because I think it will get our colour looking more like the other one. And then I'm going to go back to my darkest colour like we did last time, back to the Huntsman, to just emphasise the dark edges. Often once you put some lighter colours over, it dampens down that look, so you can go back in, just darken it back up, because we've covered it all over with a light layer, so it's going to negate that effect a little bit. We need to just bang downstairs. We need to do our windows in black. Where have I put my black? Oh, here it is. Problem with the black widows is they're all black. Because the barrels, is that the right word? The body of the pencil is all black. There's no bit on it to show you what colour it is. So you have to have a look at the name every time. I know some people feel that's a disadvantage, and I find that some, not all, budget sets tend to have an all colour barrel like this. It's all black, and the more cheapest expensive sets like I've got here, I've got a whole vine, and the barrel is the colour of the pencil. But I also have a very expensive Derwent light glass here, and the barrel is wood, but it does have a colour on the bottom for you. They vary a little bit, don't they? I think all Derwents don't have the full colour barrel. So I'm back with the spider web to do this roof part. And like before, we're going to do it all in grey to start with, and then add some black and do that. Excuse me, top part. I just ate some chocolate. So, a little chocolate boost before making a video, eh? I do like a nice strong, I used to only like sort of white chocolate, milk chocolate, really, here's my black, really sweet chocolate. And since giving up sugar, I've taken to 100% chocolate. For me, it's, I like it. I like chocolate, and it's the only way I can eat it. I don't really want to be having, I can't have sweeteners. A lot of them don't agree with me, and some of them are better than others, but I don't really want to have them. So because I think it'll make me crave sweet things, which is why I gave up sugar in the first place. I think we'll leave the roof at that. Okay. So there's 2 bits of our castle, and obviously we've got the rest to do. I think I will not do this one. I will talk you through. So this one is the same as these really. So you want your black and grey roof, your black windows and your browns. Okay, so it's quite straightforward. And the same with this one. And the shaping on all of these and this one looks incredibly similar to that one actually. You've got these markings at the bottom. I would just colour over those, it's up to you though. Our square one in the middle, I would still do a little bit darker on the edges, but just don't emphasize it quite so much because it's not a rounded one. And this one is quite different because it's quite flat. We've got a lot of lines and edging. Now we've got our roof. If you can make it out, this is the roof here with the little thingies on the top. So I would do that first so that you can then see this shaping. Now we've got a thingy there, a thingy, it's a good word, isn't it, on the top of this bit too. And I think that this roof is a building behind, and that's the wall, as I've just drawn on it, which is not good. I shall erase that. And this is a completely separate bit which is in front. So I think this might be a roof bit. So I'm tempted to do this bit in black or greys and blacks there. And then but only up to there, okay, and make this bit as the wall, and this is the main wall. So we've got all these windows which will be in black, and this flourish which I think I will colour over and just let it show through my pencil marks because it's quite detailed and difficult. The same as these 2 bits here, but now we've got the door. I'm going to do the door with you. Now we have got this flourishy bit on the door too small. I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to go in with my dark Huntsman pencil first, and I'm going to go all the way over the door in this darker colour. Okay, right over it. You could do that flourish in black as if it's sort of wrought iron work. In fact, I might do that, thinking about it. So I'm just going to do quite a dark layer of this because remember I need it to stand out from this, and we can see what colour we're aiming for there, so it will look different. You can see how different it looks at the minute. It's not going to go that sort of coppery colour. So I'm going to go over with another layer. I just want it to be fairly dark. It's sort of like a wooden oak door sort of thing. And I am going to do that flourish in black. So just grabbing my Black Widow. See how I change my mind as I go along. We'll zoom in a bit more so you can see. You can see how scruffy, I can't zoom in anymore. You can see how scruffy my colouring is going to be. I need to go back over that because now I can see how messy it is. Once I've done the black, I could go over it. It's actually not wanting to tidy up, I think. What's on the back? I don't know whether it's, the paper isn't very, just want to take the pencil in all of the areas very well. Sometimes the paper's got a little flaw in it. Okay, I'm going to do the black. I'm going to sharpen him up. You could do this in pen if you want it to really stand out, the same as the windows. I'm not. I'm going to stick to the pencil. Now this is teeny tiny. Don't know how I'm going to see it, but I'm going to try. If you have got magnifying glass, I would recommend using it for this. I really can't see it very well, but I have to have it a little bit further away than I normally would to fit under my tripod. And my lamp is shining off the brown pencil, which really isn't helping me. So there we go. I'm not going to do it too much. I'm just going to leave it there. I will go over it again and neaten it up once I can see it properly, but that just lets you see what it's going to look like, and you can decide whether you want to do it like that or just leave it in the brown. Okay, so that's the castle. The thing we have on the top are the flags. Now I want these to stand out against my sky, so I'm not going to decide on the colour right now. As I say, I might do the sky purple, but because there's so many little details in this around the sky, it could be tricky doing something too complex. I might just, I could do a pastel-y thing, but then it's going to overlap everything and make a bit of a mess, so I'll have a think about it. I'm tempted to do these flags in black, and I may do that if really hard black, you know, thick, dark black, if it works with the sky, if my sky isn't too dark. So I shall have a think about that. I'm going to do normal green trees and things. For this flourish, I might use a metallic pen to do that. I've got one that's a dark silver, so it's almost a shiny black, which might work, or I might even do a black. Ooh, I think I've got a black glitter pen. That might really stand out, but I will leave that till last. I'll do these guys, and I'll probably do them as if they're stone, so in grey and black. I may not use these black widows because I've only got one grey and one black. I might use Staedtler. I've got 2 greys, something maybe, I don't know. Okay, now the water I'm thinking of doing in quite a dark greeny blue, sort of swampy, marshy, quite not very attractive colour. Now what's difficult is the background behind here. So we've got grass and rocks here, so that's quite easy. But here we've got all these vines, and we've got the gate and vines again. Now I was looking at a tree today, walking back from the shop, and I looked into the tree, and it actually, the leaves on the outside were pretty, it was very dark, it's raining. The leaves on the outside were pretty and green, but just everything behind was black. So I think I might do that really dark behind there, as if it's a thick bush. So blackish green with lighter leaves in the front, but still quite dark. We've got our little tiny bird and a key. The gate I was thinking of doing black, but if I do it black behind here, I'll do the same colour behind the gate. And so I may have to do that in a lighter colour. I could do a light grey, a lighter grey or something like that. I'll have to see what will work. And this path I'll probably do in a grey stone. So I think that's everything. The bird will be black, but different shades. You can still see the difference between his wings and tail and little tiny legs. You can't see him, well you can just about, he's so cute. And I will post a version of this when I'm done, but it may not be done before the video goes out. I have so many where I do a little start and then I need to finish it, and I don't always get time to finish everything up by the time the video goes out. But we'll see, this isn't a huge picture, so we'll see how I get on. If I get it done before the video goes out, I will try to put the photo on the end of the video, but again, we'll just have to wait and see. But that's me done for today. So I hope that's given you lots of tips, hints and thoughts about where to go. These trees are going to be in dark green and just normal brown stems. And the rocks, I might do the rocks in grey so they look different to the castle. I don't want them to blend in and look like they're the castle, if that makes sense. So we'll see. But there we go. So that's that. So thank you for watching. Sorry I blared on for so long and didn't do too much colouring, but I hope that's okay for you. Thank you so much for watching, and happy colouring.